This is KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank.
All right, welcome into another edition of 3MA. John Kurtz with you here, and this is our 3MA Player Spotlight this week, and we are very excited to have Man of the Hour from last week's 41-3 win over TCU, Desmond Purnell from the K-State defense, having a tremendous season and had a hell of an interception in that game on Saturday. So excited to chat with him, and of course, all this is brought to you by our friends at Riverbank Brewing. They have outstanding craft beers brewed in-house, many of which are made with Kansas-grown barley and hops. They've got specialty cocktails made with Lewisburg cider, paired with your choice of vodka, tequila, rum, or whiskey. Riverbank is located on Main Street in historic Council Grove. They'll be open for the game on Saturday, by the way. So if you're unable to make it to the game in Manhattan, just head over and watch the Cats on one of Riverbank's mini TVs, enjoy a beverage courtesy of Riverbank, or swing by and pick up some beer to take to your tailgate. Riverbank will be hosting a tailgate in the West Reserve parking lot of Bill Snyder Family Stadium this Saturday. It's spot 469, right next to the stadium entrance. So you can go hang out with our friends at Riverbank there. You'll have a table, a tent, some giveaways, a drawing you can enter to win a gift card, plus craft beer samples from Riverbank are available there. So I don't know what more I need to say, people. You get free samples. Some of the Fremont crew may be over there as well. Wow, how about that? You can meet us. Encourage all of you to head over and check it out. Meet the outstanding folks at Riverbank that make this segment a possibility every single week. All right, Desmond, we appreciate you joining us here today, man. What was it like to go out and thump TCU the way that you guys did last week and have that sort of a performance?
It was really good, especially coming off of the Big 12 championship win that we had off of them last year. It was really good. We knew that they wanted to get the payback, so just making sure we get out there and show what we got.
Well, I was interested to see, Cooper Beebe, who seems like typically a pretty reserved guy. He tweeted out a little video of Peter Griffin from Family Guy, trying to get that frog in the box. It seemed like, and Javon Banks, I think, had something too. It just seemed like there's not a whole lot of love lost there between you guys. Do you view it as a bit of a rivalry that you guys have going on, at least with the players on the field?
So yeah, for sure. I mean, every single game has some type of rivalry to it, but it's just something with them because obviously we just played them in the Big 12 and then just making sure that we keep our standard. So.
Did you get a feel early on in the game that it was going to be one of those types of days for the defense where you guys may be able to hold them out of the end zone?
Yeah, the first, we had a quick drive, 3-out, the first drive that they had, and then we stopped them. And so we just making sure that we stayed like that the entire game.
And that you did. Take me through what you were seeing as the defense was trying to preserve not the shutout, but keep them out of the end zone there at the end of the game, because it seemed like you guys were pretty fired up when that happened and the ball got knocked down in the last play.
Yeah, we were resilient the entire day. We don't want anybody to score on us. So especially whenever all of us were all out, we're just making sure the young guys went in there, did their jobs as well, and they all did their jobs and kept them out the end zone.
When you see the young guys out there making plays like that, what, especially in the linebacking core, what are you seeing from some of the younger guys there right now?
They're out there just being excited and making plays. They're not really out there trying to be correct. They're just out there just going with their intuition and jumping on what they see.
Austin Romaine and Jake Clifton, talk to me about those guys and where they're at as so young in their careers and making the impact that they're making right now.
Those two for sure are going to be a huge impact, especially on our future here as a linebacker core. They just get better each and every day. They always ask Austin and I questions. They're always willing to learn, always willing to be coached. So for them, it's going to be great in the near future.
Can you take me through your interception and what you saw on that play?
I was dropping back into coverage, and I knew it was just a simple situational play. And I was just bouncing off the quarterback's eyes. I saw his hand come off, so I just broke towards it. And I was moving the other way, but I was just lucky to get there just in time.
Have you had many interceptions throughout your, in high school? I guess you were playing safety, right, in high school? So I imagine you probably had quite a few interceptions.
Yeah, I had 4, I think. And then this is my first one in my college career. So it was I was really excited to get that one.
Was there any concern that it was going to hold up?
Nah, I knew I caught
it. Okay. Well done. Well done, my friend. All right, so let's go back to the Oklahoma State game. And I know that wasn't the most fun time of the year for anybody, but since then you've responded with 2 really good performances. at Texas Tech and then coming back home, obviously last week against TCU, when there's a lot of outside noise and you guys have struggled, and how do you keep it all together? I mean, it just seems like you guys did a really good job of blocking all that stuff out and just moving forward.
Coach Conley made an emphasis to just make sure we just trust the inside noise, what goes on in the locker room and the coaching staff and the players, and not making sure we don't look at like social media and stuff like that. So we just make sure that we just talk to each other, trust each other, make sure we grind, and we know we had to get out of it. So that's what we did the past few weeks, was make sure that we attacked through practice and our preparation, and that really helped us at the end.
What do you feel like the biggest difference has been in terms of what you guys did on the field? At least maybe speaking to the defense. How much different have you played the last 2 weeks as opposed to that game?
Just all of us just playing more free. We go through practice for a reason. That's to make sure that we get the looks that we see on film. And once the game comes, it's just your intuition. You just go out there and make plays.
I mean, you guys in the linebacking core have had to deal with more in the way of injuries than about any other position on the field right now. And obviously losing Daniel Green, we all hated to see it. You know, a guy who's poured his heart and soul here into K-State football. Just how much did that change the responsibilities for you and just the dynamics of the linebacking core when he goes down?
Yeah, it made a lot of guys step up, like Jake Clinton, Oscar Romaine, and it also improved me as well, because it made me step up as a player, as a person, especially a leader on this team. So making sure I step up, help out Austin, help out the rest of the defense, speak up, and help everybody else around us so we're all on the same page.
Do you have to be more vocal out on the field then in terms of like getting guys lined up and where they're at, or is that more on Austin Moore? I guess, how did those responsibilities get divvied up once Daniel was out?
Austin's on one side and I'm on the other, so we kind of just do it like that. We communicate to the guys on our side, making sure that we're all on the same page, and then just if Austin says anything and I have any doubt in myself, then he's obviously right, and then vice versa. So it's just really, we combat each other with that.
How tight are you with Austin Moore?
Over these past few seasons, we're getting more and more close, and especially this last season. Especially like during fall camp and stuff like that, we're really connected even more. And I feel like that helps us trust each other on the field and know that we're going to lever back to each other.
And part of the reason I ask is I think it was when we had Uso on earlier this year. He said that Austin Moore is actually a guy that is a trash talker out on the field, which surprised me because we hear about him being a machine. And I just thought, this like methodic guy that goes about and does his business and then gets out. But is that true? The word on the street that he is a bit of a smack talker out there?
Yeah, that's a little bit of the truth. He definitely gets after it for sure. He is the machine, but yeah, he definitely gets after it on the field.
What about Desmond Purnell?
I usually just stay quiet, celebrate with my boys after we all make big plays.
That's fair enough. I can understand that. I do need to stop and tell you about our friends at HomeField Apparel. Right now, if you look at this gorgeous hoodie that I am wearing, you will see that, one, it looks great. I would imagine that it looks comfortable as well, because it is very comfortable. It is the most comfortable hoodie I own, and it is from our friends at HomeField Apparel. It is the spot if you want the best in college sports gear out there, whether it is K-State or 100 plus other schools that they have. If you're more like Derek Young and you're not afraid to rock the Lane Kiffin Ole Miss hoodie, DY enjoys indulging in that quite a bit. And it is sweet. They've got that light blue Ole Miss hoodie with the logo, the cursive logo across the front. It looks great. If you're a K-State fan, if you want the old school Cats basketball logo with the Cats script across the basketball, which is my personal favorite, they've got a bunch of different options with that. I'm very excited to be getting that sent to me here very soon. They've got an old school Copper Bowl shirt that is very, very cool as well, celebrating K-State's first ever bowl win, the first bowl that Bill Snyder went to. Any of the old school logos that you want, Sailor Willie, Cocaine Willie, all there at homefieldapparel.com. In fact, they put together 2 new lines of K-State gear within the last 6 months. So there is a lot to choose from as far as that goes. And like I always tell you with HomeField Apparel, we are trying to help you out, okay? This is what the kids are wearing. This is what the cool kids are wearing. We are included in all of that. So make sure that you get stocked up on your HomeField apparel. It, frankly, at this point is about 75% of my K-State wardrobe. So homefieldapparel.com is where to go. And if you have not ordered from HomeField Apparel yet, we have a surprise for you. You can get 15% off your first order with promo code 3MA23. Again, that is promo code 3MA23 to get 15% off your first order at HomeFieldApparel.com. They've been great supporters of us here on the pod. They are starting to really take over this space with college athletics gear. I'm sure you've probably seen plenty of it over social media, and lots of college football influencers and people in the space are rocking the HomeField apparel. So for your next tailgate, make sure that you show up in the best gear around. When you get to Bill Snyder Family Stadium, be wearing your HomeField apparel and use promo code 3MAW23 to get 15% off your first order. Go do it. Go do it right now, people.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network.
Well, you guys have Houston this week. A lot of things statistically would impress you about their offense. Their passing attack certainly had a good week last week against Texas. Just early in the week, I know, but what are your impressions of what Houston will bring to the table?
Just make sure that we stay true to what we know. Just make sure we apply our rules and principles. And if we do that and how we've been playing, we'll be just fine. Just making sure that they're a great team. We all know that. And make sure that we just attack them on their line of scrimmage.
So is it harder when it's a team that you guys haven't played before? This is the first meeting ever, I believe, between K-State and Houston. Just when it's not somebody you've had the familiarity with in Big 12 play before, does it make it a different sort of preparation?
I mean, kind of a little bit. It was the same with UCF, but I mean, the film tells us a lot. Just making sure that we trust that and just attack it.
Well, I mentioned earlier that coming out of high school, you were a safety. Eventually, you make your way over to linebacker at K-State. But if we go back to your end of your high school career, you're getting ready for the next level. Like, what were the other options you considered, and how did K-State come into the picture for you?
I didn't really have any Division I offers coming out of high school. K-State was my only one. But besides that, I had like Washburn and Emporia State and just other D2 schools like that, as long as JUCO. But I mean, I was just waiting on what they were going to say. Once Coach Kleiman and Taylor Brett called me and told me the news, I was excited, and I committed on the spot.
It's just crazy to me. I mean, it's such a K-State story, right? But a guy with one big-time offer comes in, and now you're playing at an all Big 12 level at linebacker. I would imagine that had to put a chip on your shoulder in some ways, right?
Yeah, for sure. I would say I was under-recruited, and I'm just really thankful for Coach Kleiman for giving me the opportunity to play here.
What types of things were you hearing as to like why you were under recruited, or what's your best theory as to why you were under recruited?
Usually it just comes down to my height, but again, like that doesn't really bother me that much. I understand what I bring to the table, and that's how it is. Just Austin and I, both of us is like kind of the same build and under recruited coming out of high school. So us just getting here, play with a chip on our shoulder, just glad for the opportunity that we got.
I have to bring this up. So I used to do Manhattan High football games back in the day. So I'm partial to Centennial League guys. So I can appreciate a Centennial League guy playing up here at this level. What do you remember from? I know the scheduling was a little wonky there for a while. Did you play Manhattan during your high school career?
Yeah, my senior year we did, and we came out with the win.
Okay, nice. Yeah, what do you remember about playing in the Centennial League?
It was I've been playing ever since I was a freshman. I got the opportunity to play. My first game was against Washburn, but I mean, just as a 15-year-old just playing against 18-year-olds, it was just kind of shocking at me. But I quickly adapted to that and I got used to it.
What about I got some fun ones here before we let you go. Hardest hit that you've delivered in your K-State career was against who?
I felt good this last week against TCU. Whenever I fitted her up against the run into the boundary, had some good knockback, and then coaches were fired up as well. As soon as we got off the field.
That's a great answer though. The answer was last week. I dig it. What in practice? Who's harder to tackle, DJ Giddens or Trayshawn Ward?
Oof, DJ. I'll probably say DJ. We're in the same class, so once we get up here, we've been doing like developmental and stuff against each other. But DJ, I'll probably say DJ. Trayshawn's very elusive and quick. DJ, he's just straight downhill, and he's not afraid to lower his shoulder at all.
I would imagine that's not a fun experience to try and tackle DJ Giddens at all. Who's a young guy that we may not be talking about enough right now that you see performing really well behind closed doors in practice?
I really like the way how obviously Toby keeps on developing, and then also Rex Van Y, and those two, they just improve each and every day. They have tons of questions, and especially like Austin and I, like just making sure that we answer them those questions, and they're just really improving each and every day.
That's right. It was Rex saved the day on the no touchdown thing, right? He was the one that had the deflection at the end of the game.
Yep.
There we go. Do you have a good Steve Stannard or Joe Klanderman impression?
I haven't totally developed that just yet. We do joke around sometimes in the locker room, try to see if we can mimic them. But like me personally, I just laugh at what other guys say, but I can't really like put my own impression on it at all.
Okay, yeah, I mean it's definitely a skill. You know, that's a skill that you have to develop. Is there anybody in the locker room who does a good one?
I say I don't really know. There's a lot of them. We usually they have some like funny sayings sometimes, and I'd probably say Toby. Toby does a
okay. Okay, yeah, I like it. Are there what are some of the sayings? Like what does Klanderman say all the time?
He's usually just like on the board. He's like, just make sure you go out there and make a play, and then start circling it on the board. And then Coach Sarah's like, make sure you just dip your shoulder, get in the hole, and just make a play. Yeah. So it's just usually funny stuff like that we just laugh about in meetings.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like it. All right, and finally, your favorite spot in Manhattan, like favorite place to go eat, hang out, whatever it might be.
Trying to think. I have a brother that lives in Kansas City, and there's a tropical smoothie up there. And then since tropical smoothie came to Manhattan recently, I usually like going there. But I say, yeah, probably that's probably my favorite right now.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even know tropical smoothie was in Manhattan.
Yeah, they just opened up a few weeks ago, and once I saw it, I had to go there because I know it's good. So.
It was pretty good. Yeah. All right. Desmond, hey, congratulations on the win last week and a great start to the season. Really appreciate you taking some time to join us.
I appreciate you for letting me out. Thank you.
Okay, we appreciate Desmond Purnell taking the time to join us here on the show, which, of course, has been brought to you by Riverbank Brewing. Remember, this weekend in historic Council Grove, you can get out to watch the game at Riverbank Brewing on their mini TVs, enjoying one of their great beverages, or you can swing by and pick up some beer and take it to your tailgate. And speaking of that, they have the tailgate going on this weekend. So if you're going to be out at the Houston game on Saturday at Bill Snyder Family Stadium, tailgate in the West Reserved parking lot. It is spot 469. Spot 469 right next to the stadium entrance, where they'll have a table, tent, some giveaways, and a drawing. You can enter to win a gift card plus some craft beer samples from Riverbank. And you may see some of the Three-Mile crew there as well. I suppose some of that depends on whether or not Cole gets himself healthy. He's been a little sick here lately. But you may see some of the Three-Mile crew out there as well. So you'll be able to support Riverbank Brewing, who supports us here on the pod and helps bring you some extra great content with the players each and every week, and get a chance to potentially meet us. If you want more information, go to riverbankbrewing.com or facebook.com/riverbankbrewing. So appreciate their support. And if you want to help support us on the pod here, help support those of us at 3MAW, Derek, Cole, and I, bringing you all of this content, you can do so while getting some bonus content each and every week. That is on our Patreon page. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/3MAW in order to access that. It is just $5 a month, and you'll get multiple bonus shows typically throughout the week. We're about to do a Q&A show later this week. In fact, might be up by the time that you are actually hearing this. So patreon.com/3MAW if you want that. And you also have the opportunity to ask those questions, ask specific questions to us and get them answered, whether it is on one of these shows, whether it's a live post-game show, which we have been doing after the games as well. You'll be able to just pop in live, ask your questions, get instant reaction there to the game, so you don't have to wait until Monday's show to get our reaction to, hopefully, a K-State win over Houston if you get to patreon.com/3MAW and get signed up. Plus, you can ask us questions in the Discord, basically a giant group chat where you have access to talk to us throughout the week. And Cole is always posting Brody's picks there as well. So if you are a Brody Manbeck fan, that is the way to access his thoughts every single week about K-State and the opponent they are about to play. So all of that, you can find all of that at patreon.com/3ma. Again, it's only $5 a month. So a way for you to get more engaged with the show, have more content from us, and just support us in the work that we're doing to bring this to you each and every week. All right, that's going to do it for this pod. Thank you for sticking around and listening to this one. Appreciate Desmond Purnell for hanging out as well. And of course, Tucker Franklin behind the scenes making everything happen. I am John Kurtz. Thanks for listening to our Player Spotlight this week, and we will talk to you soon.